All right, here we're asked to find the limit as x approaches 0 of this quantity with sign in it. Let's first do maybe sort of a direct substitution where x is equal to 0. So we get sine squared of 0 plus sine of 3 times 0 all over 0. Well, sine of 0 is 0, so 0 squared is 0. So 0 plus sine of 3 times 0, 3 times 0 is 0, sine of 0 is 0. And so you could see here we're getting 0 over 0. So this is actually indeterminate. So we're going to have to do some simplification and see where we can go with that. Looks like x is a common denominator, so we could start there. All right, so I'll begin by writing this as the limit as x approaches 0 of sine squared x over x plus sine of 3x over x. Right, that x is a common denominator. And then from there we can pass the limit, and we can write the limit as x goes to 0 of sine squared x over x plus the limit as x approaches 0 of sine 3x over x. Now it's at this point it might be worthwhile to note that we do know the limit as, let's say, u goes to 0 of sine of u over u, we know that's equal to 1. That's like one of our identities from the chapter. So coming back to the problem here, I see that I do have a sine x over x, so I can write this as the limit as of sine x times sine x over x, right? There's two sine x's there, so that's equivalent, plus the limit as, well, for this one, I think what we'll do is we'll let u equal 3x. So in that case, we'll have sine of u. Now x would be u over 3, right? So u over 3 would be equal to x. And so over here I can write this as u over 3. But then we also have to change this limit here. So as x goes to 0, 3 times 0, u would go to 0 as well. Okay, so here u would be tending to 0. If we do a u sub, we got to change the limit here, the limit variable. Okay, so next we have then the limit as x goes to 0. As x goes to 0, so we'll pass the limit across this multiplication of sine x times the limit as x goes to 0 of sine x over x plus, well, here I can reciprocate that and then factor out the 3. So 3 times the limit as u goes to 0 of sine of u over u. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Here, the limit as x goes 0 sine x is, I can use direct substitution, so that's going to be sine of 0 times this limit right here we know is equal to 1, so sine of 0 times 1 plus 3 times this limit here is 1, so 3 times 1. Right? And then sine of 0 is 0, so we get 0 plus 3 equals 3. So our final result here for this particular limit is 3. Let's go ahead and check that on Wolfram Alpha. Okay, so here we're going to try to type that in. We have the limit as x approaches 0 of the quantity, oh, it's sine squared. I don't know how to type it in, so I'm going to type in sine x squared plus sine 3x. And then that whole thing was divided by x. That should work. Yeah, so let's try that. If not, we'll retype it in, no big deal. And it looks like we got it pretty well. So here's the verification. As x goes to 0, sine squared x plus sine 3x looks good. And that result is 3. And then notice here it does give you a little bit of a picture. There is a hole there, but as you come into 0 from the left and from the right, the limit is actually 3. So it looks good, and we verified it. Awesome.